Tweening. Out of every single form of animation, everything out there, there is only one thing that I can say about this one. It's that it's the worst one to ever fucking exist. Now, contrary to, popular belief, I both hate and suck at tweening. And it's not that I don't have the ability to learn how to do it better, or I don't have the ability to do it at all. I just don't want to. It's just super tedious to me, and I feel like it takes way too long. But I guess there's some part of my mind that it's not too boring for, because I'm making a video on how to do it, or more specifically, how I do it in CapCut, because every other program is too complex for me. And while I could have just screen recorded me working on something and did a voiceover to explain what everything was, I felt like that was just too boring. So I decided to like go all out with this. So I hope this kind of helps, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, moving on to the main part of the video. Here's the tutorial, I guess. I don't know. So first thing before everything else, you want to draw out whatever you're trying to tween. I just did this dude. I made him up as I went. I just used a reference that I found on Pinterest to block out the pose, and I went in and did a rough sketch over it. The idea here is to line each part of the body that you want to move individually and make sure that you have everything separate. That way you can move everything whenever you put it into the video itself. It's also a good idea to go ahead and layer everything in the right order now, based on what needs to be in the back and what needs to be in the very front. That way when you save the pictures, you know what order to put them in. I made the mistake of not doing so at one point, and it was really bad. Moving on to the actual point of tweening itself, I actually recorded the full process of me animating this. And for some reason, Apple decided to cut the video down to 3 minutes, and it only took the last 3 minutes of the video. But basically what you want to do is start a project and put whatever you want your background to be as your selected photo. I would definitely make sure that your background has the same resolution as your drawings. That way nothing looks fuzzy compared to each other and nothing looks super pixely. But once you've gotten your background and you create your project, you want to make sure that the duration of your background picture is as long as you want the animation to be. Then you can go to overlay and add in all your parts for your drawing. You can layer each one on top of each other. I would add them in the order that they're supposed to be layered. That way you don't have to adjust anything and they'll be in the right spots whenever you put them in. And then moving on to the actual tweening process, you click that little button that has the multiple triangles with the plus, and that adds your keyframes. Keyframes are what you use to move your picture. So you put one at the beginning and that's the starting position, and if you move to the middle of your picture and add another one and move it, it'll smoothly transition it over. Graphs is one of the best ways that you can make sure things move the way you want them to. I'm not very good at explaining them. You can see the ones that I use on here. I did them I made them myself, but I would just suggest playing with the automatic graphs or testing out the feature to edit your own. That way you can see how things work and how you want things to move, because there are a bunch of different ways that you can have things move around. Being able to create your own graphs definitely helps a lot, because some people prefer a more bouncy movement while others prefer a more smooth looking one, and just working with all the different graphs that they have on here can work wonders whenever it comes to tweening. I will say, if you want more bouncy movement, I would use the ease in one and the ease out. And if you want one that seems more natural and more flowy, then try using the custom graph and copy the one that I did in the recording, because I think that one works pretty good. Anyways, yeah, I suck at explaining things. I did warn about this earlier on, because I'm not a very good teacher when it comes to stuff. I just kind of figure stuff out and I can't ever explain how to do it. So here's the finished result. Yeah, I hope this kind of helped. I don't know if it did, probably not. I'll be surprised if it did, but if it did, good, I guess. I don't